feel in my body to move, and this feeling it cannot be contained. It's the spirit flowing in me. It's the chi. It has to move somewhere, and if energy doesn't die and it's always constant, then I'm going through a dramatic change right now in my life. I'm dealing with things that I've never dealt with before, and I have to humble myself sometimes and remind myself sometimes that even though I'm an old soul, I'm still realistically a young man, and I have to go through certain things and make certain mistakes in life to know what I want and don't want. And I come to find I've seen a lot of less passions in others. I love going to the diner with my grandfather when I was just a little boy. He's reading the newspapers, and everybody, the waiter was really nice and passionate. It was. Meanwhile, the waiter could be serving a businessman that has a miserable job doing something that he hates and getting cheated on by his wife. And that waitress could be having a great man that's a baseball coach at a school, and she's just working here part time to support her business. You never know with people, and that's what I love about. But I think one of the things that got to me was being around people and absorbing their realities that don't belong to me, and feeling as if, like, I realized this yesterday. I was walking out the house, and my grandmother's had said something to me about going out. She was making a negative comment, and I love my grandma. She will always be my grandmother. So I'm always nonchalant about it nowadays. It's coffee. But one thing I've understood yesterday, long after I drove away, I still felt this sort of energy that made me feel insecure. And I realized, like, where is this coming from? Because I was in my room feeling well rested, feeling amazing, texting a friend to start my day off, something positive. And as I got to my car, I was like, well, the last place I came from is my own house. And my grandmother's in the living room. I love my grandmother. But it was just like her insecurities, and it was her energy that I absorbed, that I took with me. And I was questioning myself. And, like, I had a bunch of question marks stamped on my forehead, and it wasn't even from within, but it was. But I could say also that maybe my grandma is making me question everything, and from that question, it's always valuable to have the answers for those questions that you ask. Every what ifs has a curiosity that needs to be answered from most of us in this life. And then we live it, and by making those choices to ask that girl out, that guy out, or canceling a date because you're not feeling them. Everything is governed by our actions. And to throw the rock to create a ripple effect in the water is possible because you did something about it. A couple days ago, I was hanging out with my boy, and we were playing hacky sack, throwing it to the hole, and I was like, okay, cool. I got caught off guard. I might suck, but then I thought to myself, I was directing the energy this time consciously, not just mentally picture it, but I was using this force, this feeling, and I was directing it, aiming it, target lock, through my arms. I was holding the hacky sack on my right hand, and I was transferring it from the arm to my hands to my fingers, and I threw it. And when I did, I didn't make it into the hole, but it was close to it. Each four times that I threw it total, and you could see. I wish I took a picture of it, but you could see that it was around the ring, like I was getting closer. I normally suck at these things, but he saw that. I saw his face. He's very athletic too, so I thought he would have got a shot. But it turns out that I made more closer shots because I was consciously directing my energy and my intentions. So living from that intention, I just dove into certain things, and lately with these days off, I had felt the need to reach out to friends that I haven't done in a long time via phone call, because I get to a certain point where I get enough rest and I'm feeling really happy that I actually don't want to take from anybody. I want to be in someone's life and amplify that with my energy. I told my friend this the other day, and that's a gift in itself. It's the gift that keeps on giving, as you always hear, and I'm the gift. My walking, talking body and action of molecules, molecular structures forming into a manifestation of a spirit that knew my parents long before I entered this body. And so I live from that flow to be able to understand that my energy flows to where my attention goes. Thus, that's why I'm here and why you're watching this video and why I'm doing what I'm doing.